Hey guys, it's Allie. It is week 17 of my pregnancy with baby boy number 5 and week 5 of 52 of the pregnancy postpartum journey for 2016. I am so excited you guys are here following along. I am loving your support. Last week was my first ever mean comment, and it wasn't even that mean, but I just want to give a little PSA because I found this pillow and it totally describes how I feel about negative people and negative comments. A little be nice or leave. This goes for everything. This goes for my house. This goes for my friends. This goes for everything. If you don't have anything nice to say, as we learned in first grade, don't say it. Anyways, the comment wasn't mean. Somebody called me smug. So I just rolled my eyes and deleted them. So I don't know. I just don't understand why people have to hide behind their computer and be rude. If I don't like somebody, guess what? I unfollow them and don't comment. It's as easy as that. But anyways, that's what I teach my boys. If somebody's being mean to you or, not respecting you, you don't need to waste your time on them. So just a little thought for today. I know I'm putting myself out there being on YouTube and sharing this personal journey, but I feel like me sharing this journey is more important than somebody's negative comment. So I'm just going to keep rolling with the punches. Anyways, week 17, this week was a little bit crazy because my anxiety cranked up a little bit, and I started, you're supposed to be feeling the baby kick by now, and I vividly remember feeling the boys kick by now, and so I started second guessing everything and wondering, is something wrong? Am I missing something? My stomach's not growing as quickly, and what's going on? At first, I was like, yeah, I'm not gaining weight, this is awesome, but then I'm like, crap, is something wrong? But thankfully, I ordered a new best friend, the fetal Doppler monitor, like the doctors have to check the baby's heartbeat. It took me about 10 minutes to find it, but I found that sweet little heartbeat and heard the chugga, 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 like the train tracks, and found him, so I know he's alive and well in there, and so every time I freak out before he starts kicking, I'm going to plug this baby in. $30 on Amazon, you guys. Best purchase ever. So if you're a warrior like me, definitely get it. And then, so yeah, my stomach's not popping as fast, but like I told Jordan today, I weighed myself this morning and I am at the weight where I started all my old pregnancies because I was very unhealthy. So that is probably why I'm not showing as much. So the baby's growing, should be at perfect size. The heartbeat's great. And I need to just stop freaking out. I need to stop Googling things and stop reading all the horror stories and just kind of take a little deep breath and, just go through the paces. But as you guys know, it's freaking hard. It's hard not to worry because when you're pregnant, you're putting so much faith into it, and anything can happen. Anything can happen at all. And, we've had 4 healthy pregnancies. We've had 1 miscarriage, and it was early on, 6 or 7 weeks. And then this baby gave us a scare at, I forget what week it was that I started bleeding. So I just always have that weird thought in the back of my head, like, what if, and I can't do that. So this is helping me a little bit to not say what if, and kind of calming my nerves a little bit. But pregnancy is very vulnerable. You have another life inside of you, and it's scary. Oh my gosh, it's so scary. It makes me want to cry. But being a mom is so worth it and so amazing. So 17 weeks. I have a doctor's appointment next week, so I'll hear the heartbeat again, and I'll probably tell them about my crazy purchase. But we have the ultrasound in, I think, March, a couple weeks. I made it later because I didn't, we already know the gender. But I'm excited to see the little baby moving around, and the 20-week ultrasound's pretty sweet. You get to see the heartbeat, the chambers, and all that stuff. So I'm, crossing my fingers, hoping that everything is fine with that, because as you guys know, I wasn't planning on getting pregnant because I was still on Zoloft from after Sam's birth and my horrible postpartum breakdown. So I was a little bit weary of, this baby growing with me being on a medication. I've never been on a medication before. So I'm still, in the back of my mind wondering, did I mess something up? Of course, all my doctors have said, you're fine, you're on a super low dose. But as a mom, you worry. You don't want to do anything wrong. You don't want to harm your baby inside your stomach. And I don't know. So I'm excited to get that ultrasound over with because, of course, I'm still worried about that kind of stuff. But in other news, I have pretty much weaned off of Zoloft. I've been feeling really great in the pregnancy. I don't know if my hormones are leveling out, but I'm pretty much not even taking it, but I'm taking just a little bit because I want it to stay in my system for after the baby, just in case I need it, so I don't have to wait, because after Sam, the waiting period from my postpartum hell starting and waiting for that medicine to kick in feels like forever, and I just would rather not have that long waiting period. But I don't even know if it's going to come. I'm worrying about something that might not even happen. It came after babies 2 and 4 and not 1 and 3. So hopefully we have a good grasp on it, and hopefully I can keep my mindset good and strong and not have to go through it again. But anyways, that's all in the pregnancy. I turn 30 on Tuesday. I'm super excited about it. I'm not one to really worry about my age. I think 30 is a whole new level of awesomeness. I feel better now than I did at 21 when I was, eating junk and, totally lost and a bitter person. Feeling a lot better going into my 30s than I did going into my 20s. So I'm super excited about that. And spending the day with the boys. It's also Fat Tuesday. It's like double whammy because Paczkis, I don't know if you guys have ever had them. Oh, we have this bakery in town. It's actually in our old town, so I'll have to drive a half hour, but it's totally worth it. They're like these donuts, but they're like filled with like a filling. I don't like the fruit ones, but they have one. It's like a peanut butter cream. Oh my gosh. It is so amazing. So I'm going over there on Tuesday and getting those and getting myself some cupcakes because, how often does Fat Tuesday come on your birthday? So I'm going to really live it up, and it's all about balance. That's what I figured out through this whole journey of getting healthy. I'm not going to deprive myself of Paczkis, which happen one time a year, just because, I'm trying to eat healthier. Like, I can have it, and then guess what? I'll be totally fine, and I'll still be on track. It doesn't matter. So hopefully you guys see that it's all about balance and getting healthy and staying healthy, and not to beat yourself up over indulging on your birthday, because you guys are going to see my Instagram, and it's going to be full of lots of amazing baked goods on Tuesday. So I'm super excited to turn 30. I made a cake. Listen to me. Oh my gosh. I made a ice cream cake for my boys. For me. I always blame it on the boys. I'm like, do you guys want a cake? I'll make a cake. And so I made this ice cream cake, and I got all emotional over it today because my mom used to make me a cake, just an ice cream cake. You just do Oreos and butter on the bottom, crinkle them up to make the base of the cake, and then you put ice cream on top of it and hot fudge and whipped cream, and then I put sprinkles, and then you freeze it. But anyways, I made the cake, and I was eating it by myself today because I made it for myself. And the boys really don't have any interest in it, which is very weird. But I was thinking back to how important this cake is. It might not seem like a lot, but this is what my mom used to always do for my birthday, and it just, I don't know, it just means so much to me. Thinking about all the things my mom did for me. My parents got divorced when I was 8. And so I live with my mom, and I get really emotional talking about it. But just all the sacrifices she made for me, and I probably am going to call her crying before my birthday, just thanking her for all that she did. And it's just she didn't have a lot. We lived in a trailer. I get so emotional talking about it. And, we were on food stamps, and we didn't have a lot when I was growing up. But I never felt unloved, or I just never felt, that I wasn't loved or enough, or I just never felt any of that. I always just, I felt weird, that we didn't have a house, or, the stupid things. When you're a teenager, people are mean. People criticize you if you don't have a house, or you live in a trailer, or all that stupid stuff, or you don't have this, or you don't have that. And my mom did so much for me, and just that cake, is just a symbol of love. And I can't handle stuff when I'm pregnant, but I don't know, it just hit me really hard when I was eating it today. So I'm eating this cake and crying like a psycho. But it's just such a symbol to me to see, how hard my mom worked to give me everything, even though we didn't have a lot. And it just means so much to me, because I feel as kids, my kids have no idea what we do for them, and they take it for granted, and I took it totally for granted. I was come on, Mom, why can't you give me $20 to go see a movie with my friends? Or why can't I have this sweater from Abercrombie? Or just stupid stuff when you're growing up. You're why can't I? And it's so all about you. And then when you become an adult and have your own kids, you look back at all the things that your parents did for you. And just like making this ice cream cake is so symbolic to me for all the awesome stuff that my mom did. And it just makes me super grateful. You know, we didn't have a lot, but she gave me as much as I needed. She gave me everything that I needed, and I'm super grateful for that. So, my birthday. So every time I have that cake, it brings that up. So, I don't know. Just emotional. When I'm pregnant, I can't handle emotions, and I just, you know, love seeing all these things that my mom did for me that she probably thinks that I don't really care about, so I need to call her and tell her. I cannot handle pregnancy emotions. But anyways, I'm going to eat that cake this week, and every time I do, I'll think about all the sacrifices my mom made and how she gave me a great life, even though to some it might not have seemed like a lot. I had everything that I needed and more, and I'm super blessed for it. I've talked about our, you know, financial situation when I was young a lot, and it just, I think it's really shaped me into who I am, and I don't care about the money, and I don't, you know, I never want my boys to judge somebody based on if they live this or that. Like Vincent the other day asked me, have we ever lived in an apartment? I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? Where you live is your home. It doesn't matter what shape it's in. It doesn't matter what, you know, how big it is or whatnot. It doesn't matter. Your home is your home. It doesn't matter if it's a trailer or a big house or this or that. Like, I never want my kids to treat somebody differently because I was treated differently because of where I lived, and it's such BS. And I just never, ever, ever want my children to think less of somebody like I was thought less about. And it's just, you know, my little cake reminds me of all those things that are very important to me. Treating people the way they should be treated, and being nice to people, and being caring and loving. And why am I crying over this cake? Anyways, so yeah, I turned 30. I'm going to call my mom and tell her how important that cake obviously is because it's making me cry. But anyways, that is I think that's why I am so open about this journey, because I want everybody to feel loved. I want everybody to not be ashamed of where they came from, or maybe not having the best of everything, because that's not what life's about. Life is about loving every aspect of it, not about how much money is in your bank account, not about what style you're wearing or this or that. It's about being grateful for what you do have. And for so many years, I was so lost and didn't see how much I did have. I was focused on what everybody else had. And I don't know, turning 30, I'm just glad I am in a totally different mindset, because when I was 20, I was worried about materialistic things and this and that. And now I'm worried about, you know, who my kids are going to be and how they're going to treat people. And I'm worried about how I treat people and how, you know, how I just look at the world. And I'm so grateful to be turning 30 and getting rid of all that negative in my past and moving forward and, you know, making good choices and crying over cakes. But super grateful for this baby this week, for this awesome thing that's helping me. And yes, sorry for crying, sorry for being a crazy person. But I'm going to probably go eat some more cake and think more about, you know, just life and not being ashamed about where I came from. And, you know, my parents did the best they could for me. My mom was a single mom, and she loved me more than anything. And I'm grateful for that. I don't care that we lived in a trailer. I don't care, you know, that we didn't have a lot, that we, you know, lived paycheck to paycheck. It doesn't matter, because it shaped me who I am. And so help me God, if my kids are ever mean to somebody, I will slap them silly. So anyways, there you have it. Kind of went off on a tangent. But yeah, week 17. I'm 30 on Tuesday, and I will update you guys next week. I thought I had something else to say, but obviously the pillow said it all. Be nice or leave. So hope you guys have a great week. Bye.